Just when I think this woman can't get any more insufferable, she does.
Wow, I like how it's putting it all on Brie Larson. You realize this was a scripted scene, right? This Organized Chaos video is brought to you by Gems Art Studio. This video is also brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Hello again. Looking at somebody new. So now that I've started doing these video reactions, I get some interesting stuff recommended, and one was by that Star Wars girl, which I believe someone has pointed out to me has done a lot of Brie Larson stuff, and I double checked, and I did a Brie Larson search on her channel, and yeah, plenty of Brie Larson videos here. Which is cringe. But yeah, I saw something I actually wanted to talk about, which was something that lots of people who were on the anti-Brie Larson train jumped on, which was, oh yes, it was that extended scene from the movie. I don't have it on there. But anyways, it was that Star Wars girl does a lot of Brie Larson stuff. But anyways, they jumped on the extended scene from the movie, from Captain Marvel, where she steals a bike. In fact, let's see. It's been used so much, it probably isn't content ID. So let's see if I just show you that scene. I'll give you my thoughts on that scene immediately. All right, it's the extended scene where she steals the motorcycle. Anyways, I went over this scene kind of not that long ago. I don't remember the video, but a couple videos ago. It might have been during one of the neurotic ones, because, God, I covered him a lot recently. It'll be nice to take a break. But he did this, he talked about how what Captain Marvel did was assault. And I've seen, actually, the extended scene that he's talking about, and we're going to watch it together. And I actually think her stealing the bike feels more justified in the extended scene than in the original. In the original, he just kind of grows, a little bit unnecessarily flirty, and then she steals the bike. But we're going to watch the extended scene, what was originally intended. Anyways, we're going to watch this original scene. I'll give you, my thoughts on it.
Nice scuba suit. You need a ride?
Okay, so, obviously, he tells a dumb joke and she ignores him.
Darling?
And now he's being super creepy. Be like, you need a ride, darling. Fucking gross as shit. He interrupts what she is doing.
How about a smile for me, huh?
And he asks for a smile like a fucking creep.
Smile?
Yeah. I'm offering to help you. Least you could do is give me a smile.
She didn't ask for help, buddy. What the fuck are you doing?
How about a handshake? I'm Veers.
People call me the Don.
Wow. Here's a proposition for you. You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
Take it!
What, no smile?
So yeah, that was I assume the original version of what they intended that scene to be. And I am actually kind of okay with that version. I actually prefer it to the movie version, because it kind of just shows that, the guy's a fucking creep. Yeah, I kind of don't feel sorry for him at all. Yeah, should she be kind of fucking up his hand a bit? At least she's not being that bad. She's kind of fucking up his hand. Should she be doing that? And here's the thing. I'm watching it and I'm like, maybe he is being obnoxious and kind of overly aggressive towards her. Yeah, I don't have an issue with her putting him in his place. He has that shit coming. But now we're going to see that Star Wars girl and her take on that video. So let's see what she says.
What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and today I am going to be reacting to apparently this deleted scene from our one and only lovely ray of sunshine, that beacon of hope and prosperity, the savior of the female sex, which is Brie Larson.
Why? Like, this is the same way that what's his name, Quartering, talks about her. Like, she's some sort of great like thing. She's just a person. Maybe she said some things you disagree with it, but like, you're talking to her like she thinks she's like Jesus Christ or something. I'm really like, the sarcasm here. It's just, it's dumb.
Sarcasm is strong right there, just FYI. So yeah, apparently there is this deleted scene that is blowing up on Twitter. I have gotten it sent to me like a lot. So apparently I have to watch this damn thing. So let's get straight into it. Alright, everyone, so I have this link pulled up on Twitter. So USA Today, Life verified. Get an exclusive first look at Brie Larson taking on toxic masculinity in the form of Robert Kaninsky in this extended Captain
Okay, I'm terrible at names. I can see that's Kaczynski.
Marvel scene. Yay! Let's see. Oh, hey, Ichibaka. Let's see. People, that's assault. Oh, cringy. Oh, so nobody's happy with this. I wonder why. I wonder what that lovely beacon of hope and sunshine did in this trailer. Ooh, it already started. Okay. Let's open this and see what the heck happened. And also, I'm going to make sure my volume's up.
I'm probably supposed to change where my head is on here. There we go.
Because last time, let's see. Alright, there we go. What's going on with her? She's looking at a map? Motorcycle bro. Let's turn that down.
Nice scuba suit. You need a ride, darling? How about a smile for me, huh?
A smile?
Yeah. I'm offering to help you. Least you could do is give me a smile.
How about a handshake? I'm Veers.
People call me the Don.
Here's a proposition for you. You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
What?
Take it!
What, no smile? Wait, bitch, say what? 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 Excuse me? Excuse me. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna finish this, but what the fuck? And then she can't even drive? Okay, okay. So, she's standing there looking kind of lost. If that doesn't show you what a lost person looks like, I don't know what does.
But he's not there to, like, he's not saying, hey, how can I help you? He's there acting sleazy. He's acting very fucking sleazy. He's not there to help her. He wants to hook up, and she is clearly disinterested.
Maybe a hitchhiker, but I mean, they usually know where they're going and where they're at. Maybe some kids lost in the woods. But standing outside a little, a little, why am I blanking? A little liquor store, or whatever, like a surf store, with a map open that wide. Are you kidding me? Okay, and so then homeboy on motorcycle comes up, hits on her. Let's listen to this again.
How about a smile for me, huh?
A smile?
Yeah. I'm offering to help you. Least you could do is give me a smile.
How about a handshake?
Okay, does that look like... Come on, I mean... Okay.
Okay, I feel like she's really stumbling around here because I think she has to even admit she's sleazy. She's probably encountered guys like this before, but right now she's just trying to fit into the mold of, oh, I'm offended by this. But, obviously this guy's a fucking sleaze.
So she's, like, immediately offended because he asked her to smile. This is, like, the face that she makes when everyone came out, when the posters for Captain Marvel came out, and they were like, why isn't Brie Larson smiling? Why does she look like this lovely beacon of sunshine right here? Oh, yeah, that's right, because she's not a lovely beacon of sunshine. She is...
Is there a problem with that?
Just meh, and just, like, look at that face. That's not a superhero. This...
No, that's someone who's kind of creeped out. That's the face of someone who's kind of annoyed that someone is, like, bothering them. Yeah, it's not exactly veiled.
This is like the start of a villain movie. This is how you...
Okay, this is kind of annoying, because I feel weird even explaining this, because I feel like she definitely has to be, like, definitely just, like, she's built up this fan base of probably guys who probably honestly look a lot like me, who are just offended by this scene and by Brie Larson. But, like, I guarantee you, she has met at least, she's probably had about a dozen encounters just like this guy, because I've seen women deal with people like this guy, who are just overly aggressive and just kind of pervy. Like, he's like, hey, can I help you? And he's boxing her in. He's obviously being very aggressive with his flirtation when she has shown a clear disinterest.
You were introduced the villain of the movie. I just did the reaction to the Terminator movie. I can make the, connection to the first Terminator movie. What is the first thing Arnold does when he lands in LA? He goes right up to the people, steals their stuff, and takes off with their stuff. That's exactly what she's doing.
Well, except those guys didn't approach Arnold first. Arnold approached them first. He was completely naked, and he killed them and took their stuff. This guy acts like a complete piece of shit to her, even though, here's the deal. If he had just done the little, like, hey, nice scuba suit, and she'd ignored him, and he walked away, that would have been the end of the exchange. The absolute end of the exchange. But he pursues, despite her showing disinterest. And she shows disinterest throughout the entire experience. And he continues. It's overly aggressive. It is toxic masculinity. That is what that is. That is, like, toxic masculinity personified.
He's being kind of a douche, but
he's being a super douche.
He's also, he is accepting her handshake, and...
He's accepting her handshake? He's being overly aggressive. She has to give him something. And she's essentially just, giving him enough so she can be like, get the fuck out of my way.
There are some people that, this is how they interact with another. They're kind of like a jerk in their own sense.
Maybe they shouldn't be a jerk, though. Maybe this type of behavior shouldn't be excused. Because this type of behavior is gross, and it happens.
Seems like he's hitting on her. He's offering to help her because it's very apparent that she's lost. He's accepting her handshake. And there are some people that, this is how they interact with another. They're kind of like a jerk in their own sense. It seems like he's hitting on her. He's offering to help her because it's very apparent that she's lost. Heck, you could just look at the character design on him. Look, let's see, motorcycle dude, you want to look at, the bad boy characters are iconic. James Dean, hello, Rebel Without a Cause.
Oh my god. This guy's such a douche. What are you doing?
Characters like Han Solo, the bad boy,
Han Solo kind of had his douchey moments, too. Just saying. And Princess Leia put him in his place quite a few times, if you watch that first movie. And the other ones, honestly, too. Yeah. He wasn't as douchey as this guy was in a couple seconds, so he didn't get the full treatment like this guy does. But yeah, like defending this guy, no.
Persona is very romanticized. That's what this isn't toxic music. Like I can't even say it right now because it's just what the hell. Okay, it's one thing to be walking down the street and dreading like walking past like guys.
God, like she's really like stretching here. She doesn't have a point because this is toxic masculinity. She's probably had at least a dozen encounters like this in her life. And yeah, no, she's just doing this for her fan base. This is kind of weird to be like taking this point when she clearly has had, well, clearly, I don't know. Maybe she's been lucky and not encountered a guy like this. I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it. But I feel weird being the one to take the point of pointing out that this guy's being a complete fucking creep when she would have to know this guy's being a complete fucking creep.
Guys that are doing construction work and that it's like you're walking up to them and that they're going to say something to you. And sometimes it's just like them just trying to be nice, like, oh, hey, you look nice type of thing. This guy's just literally drove up, saw this girl that looked like a damsel in distress. That's what she looks like. Turns out, guess what? She's actually a villain and she's going to...
Yeah. She was clearly lost. He said said something obnoxious about his scuba suit. She showed disinterest, and then he fucking interrupted her. He doesn't say, "Hey, it would be one thing if he said, "Hey, it looks like you're lost. I know this area pretty well. Can I help you out?" No, he's just like in her face about it. He's being an asshole.
Gonna take his stuff. He just asked her for a smile. She asked him for the handshake.
Okay, yeah, and when guys ask women for smiles, that's cringe. And that's cringe. I don't need to explain this to you. This is super cringe. Jesus.
She engaged the handshake, and then when he tries to pull away from her, that's when she decides to electrocute him.
Well, yeah. Okay, so I've seen this encounter before too, where women get themselves kind of boxed in, so they'll just be kind of nice to the guy to get them off their back. So, like, that's what she's doing, except she's adding a little spin to it, where she can kind of like do this little extra shock to the hand and be like, "Yeah, fuck off, buddy," and
then render him helpless, and then steal all of his stuff. This is not a hero by any means. This is a villain. This is how you set up a movie, and you set up the villain in the movie. That's how you introduce the villain. That's exactly how this reads. This is not a superhero.
So you introduce your villain by having them beat up somebody who's being really obnoxious? Sure.
And this is what they want little girls to look up to. This is supposed to be the savior of women. That was Brie Larson's whole campaign, is that she's coming and she's going to be the first one. She's going to be the first woman in the Marvel universe to have...
Okay, maybe give me a source on that one. I don't recall her being like, I'm going to be the first, really. Maybe, like, the only thing I recall is, which would be true, she's going to be the first female solo lead in a movie, which she was. And MCU took way too long to get there, mainly because they didn't have the rights to a lot of their major female characters. Those were over in Fox, mainly. But yeah. That'd be about it, and I'm not saying Brie Larson hasn't done cringe stuff, but the way people overreact about it is fucking tense. Just, no, it does not require that big of a reaction. It, like, if she says something kind of cringe, it's like, oh, okay, that's my reaction to it. It's like, okay.
Her standalone film, and she's gonna save us. She's gonna be what little girls were to look up to, and she wanted to compare herself to Indiana Jones. Heck, you just attacked the typical Harrison Ford type character.
Well, I don't recall. Well, actually, yeah, I guess in Raiders of the Lost Ark, if you look it up, like, what, wasn't Marianne supposed to be like 15 when he hooked up with her in the, like, not in that movie, obviously, but like, they talk about when they hooked up previously, and she's supposed to be probably like 15 or something like that. So kind of sleazy on that part. But yeah, even like you look at someone like Han Solo. Han Solo is set up to be kind of the sleazy guy, and Leia spends a lot of time in the original trilogy putting him in his place where he belongs. I already brought that up though.
And you want us to stand behind you? You want me to respect this? What the hell is this? Just when I think this woman can't get any more insufferable, she does.
Wow, I like how it's putting it all on Brie Larson. You realize this was a scripted scene, right?
It blows my mind every single time I see something come out of Brie Larson herself's mouth, or when I see stuff like this from the actual Captain Marvel movie. This is what you want to teach children. This is what you want to teach little girls, that it is okay to assault people.
Yeah, I'll let her finish her point.
The guy was hitting on her. Yeah, he saw a girl, a damsel in distress type of girl, standing in front of a liquor store with a map. He drives up. Nice scuba suit. You lost? Do you want a ride? He's offering to help her, and then
he's doing it in a super creepy way. He obviously has no interest in helping her and just wants to get in her pants. It is absolutely clear that is his intent. He is just being a sleaze.
he asked her for a smile. He's being kind of sarcastic.
And yes, asking women for smiles is cringe, okay? It's super cringe.
And he's got that bad boy persona, and he's being a bit of a jerk, but some girls are into that. Some girls find that attractive. I said that earlier with Rebel Without a Cause. Danny Zuko in Grease, that's the type of character. So then, it's okay for him to be nice to her. Did he even
He wasn't being nice, though. He was being a fucking creep.
try to touch her before she offered a handshake?
No, but he definitely went into her personal space after it was established that she had no interest.
No, he didn't lay a finger on her.
He, curled down that map and got in her face. Yes, he technically didn't lay a finger on her. He did some of the stuff the sleazy guys do when they're, getting in a woman's space that they're into, and the girl doesn't want to deal with them, but, they're getting into this space. It's sleazy.
All he said was he started a conversation by commenting on what she was wearing. He offered to help her.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. When you start a conversation with someone and they don't give you much of a response and they just kind of ignore you, guess what? End of conversation. Move on. He doesn't move on, and he just continues being a sleaze. He gets her kind of pinned where she's at, or at least he imagines he has her pinned because she's way more powerful than him, but he doesn't know that. From his perspective, he's a big, powerful man in front of a woman, and he's got her kind of pinned, and he's being kind of aggressive douche.
And then he asked her for a smile. That's not out of the blue type of thing. That's not a crime.
Yes, you realize that, guys asking women for smiles is a thing that happens, and it's cringe. I don't get why guys do that. That is one of the things that always freaks me out. Ask a woman for a smile. Why? If maybe tell a joke that actually gets them to laugh if you really want to smile. And if they're dedicated to not smiling, let it go. But just telling them to smile is cringe. Don't do that. That's the thing. If it's somebody you're just meeting, yeah, don't.
Crime to ask someone to smile. You can say it's toxic, masculinity, but it's really not. That was just a type.
What is toxic masculinity if that's not it, though? That guy personified it. That was it.
Of dynamic flirtation, and if you're getting offended by
dynamic flirtation. He said a dumb joke. She showed less than no interest. He pursued by getting in her personal space and, from his perspective, pinning her so that she was stuck. That's some creepy shit.
Someone flirting with you? Oh my god, first world problems. Oh my god, a man found you attractive? How freaking awful. A man on a motorcycle came up and wanted to help you when you looked lost? Oh my god, poor you. That does not give you the right to steal from them and assault them, which is exactly what she did.
I'd say getting up in her personal space and fucking around with the stuff she's holding gets pretty assaulty. In fact, I think Legal Eagle might have covered that and said that was assault. Okay. I don't want to take too much from Legal Eagle because I actually really like his YouTube channel, but let's bring that up real fast.
But let's examine the clip. All right, clearly a Los Angeles strip mall. I would recognize that architecture or lack thereof anywhere.
Nice scuba suit. You need a ride, darling?
Okay, so clearly here, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, is reading a map or a newspaper. She's minding her own business, and some guy on a motorcycle has parked his motorcycle at the strip mall, and he has made an unwanted overture. Not the most polite thing to do, but not illegal either. And of course, I guess I have to point out that Captain Marvel is fully within her rights to completely ignore this gentleman and not engage with him in any way, shape, or form. That is also perfectly legal.
How about a smile from me, huh?
A smile?
Yeah. I'm offering to help you. Least you could do is give me a smile.
Okay, this is the crucial act that takes place that really changes the narrative entirely. The man on the motorcycle has parked his motorcycle. He's taken his helmet off. He stood up, he walked over to Captain Marvel, he put his hand on the map that she was holding and is clearly right next to her. You can see that his arm is sort of angled, which means that the distance between Captain Marvel and himself must be just a matter of inches, because it's not like he was reaching out with his hand in an extended fashion. He's reaching out his hand in a way that makes it seem like the map is directly in front of him. And crucially, he makes contact with the map that Captain Marvel is holding, pulls it down, and says something that might be interpreted as a threat. How about a smile for me? This guy is not a particularly nice guy, and crucially here, he has invaded Captain Marvel's space. This is a crucial distinction that we'll talk about in just a second, because in my opinion, I think that that meets the statutory definition of assault and battery.
All right, so if you want the full rundown of that, you'll have to watch his full video, because it's a good one. I highly recommend Legal Eagle. I enjoy him a great deal. But yeah, we're not watching that because that's a good YouTube channel. We're watching this.
Like I said, this is the setup for a villain, not a hero. Whenever you get introduced to villains, especially when they're like just appearing in Earth, what do they usually do? Oh, they meet, a random person. They do something to threaten them. What is she doing with the handshake? Oh, she offers to do the handshake, then she won't let go when he
Yeah, because she's trying to get rid of him.
Pulls away, and then she electrocutes him, takes his, motorcycle, his mode of transportation, takes his jacket, and then steals from the shop. And they want to say it's toxic masculinity, but then they zoom up on a mannequin and really, really zoom in on the boob. What was that about?
They zoom in on the shirt section of the mannequin because she took the shirt. Jesus Christ, we aren't looking at mannequin
So
boobs.
not only is this woman just a complete plank, to quote Mahler, and then she's so unlikable. Again, this is how, I don't know how many times I have to say it. This is a villain. This is the introduction of a villain. If you want to write a good villain movie, there you go. There's casting. Cast Brie Larson. I think she was born to play the villain, and she's obviously good at it. Look at this scene. And could you imagine how much people would freak out? They're praising her. They are actually praising her. That post was to show how she's fighting the toxic man. She's the toxic woman. Could you imagine if they switched it? If it was a man staring at a map and a woman drives up, he's like, oh, do you need a ride? Can I help you? Oh, would you smile for me? And then the man's just like, how about a handshake? And then when the woman tries to pull away and he won't let go, then he electrocutes her and steals, her jacket and then her cars. People...
Anyways, so here's the issue of your argument. Women are typically smarter than men. This is just genetics. This isn't always true, but as a general rule, women are smarter than men. This is just general rule. So for a woman to intimidate a man, kind of get him boxed into the corner and being overtly hey baby, how you doing, when the man is not interested, can it happen? Absolutely. Does it happen nearly as much? Not remotely. Not remotely. And it's also worth considering women, the standard of attractiveness for women is usually when they're smaller, they're more slender. The attractiveness standard for men is usually when they're more muscular and they're bigger. So, yeah, it doesn't happen nearly as often.
Excuse me, I'm going to get the hiccups from talking so much. I just got over it before I filmed this video, and of course it comes back. But, okay. He steals from a woman and then leaves her there stranded without her, I guess, motorcycle, without her jacket, and he steals clothes. That would be a setup for a villain. Everyone would crucify that guy if it was a guy doing it. No, but because it's Brie Larson, because Brie Larson is untouchable, she can do no wrong. It's okay. It's okay for Brie Larson to assault someone and steal from them, and then...
It's not okay for anybody to get into your personal space and start fucking around with your shit. Not okay.
Steal from a shop where a person is just trying to make a living. And that didn't look like a big chain type of place. It looked kind of like somebody that was just their store. So she's taking something away from a hard...
I mean, that happens in movies a lot, though, especially when you're dealing with the fish out of water, which essentially was what Captain Marvel is. She doesn't remember shit that she's from this place. That's a standard thing. I mean, are you crying because Kyle Reese stole the pants off a homeless guy in the Terminator movie? Does that make him the villain?
Hardworking person that is trying to sell clothing to make a living, and then she's stealing from an innocent bystander that tried to help her. Wow, what a great person to look up to. Don't you just want to go and show that to your child? Don't you just want to show this to young girls so that way they can know, oh, hey, guess what? Captain Marvel, it's okay to assault people. It's okay to steal from them because Captain Marvel did it. She's the one that taught me, oh, anytime somebody tries to give me a compliment or tries to help me, I should attack them. That is the message that she's trying to send out, and that's not okay. That is not something that children need to be taught. It is just plain out wrong, and it completely baffles me that Hollywood is 100% behind this woman, and they're 100% defending her. That's not okay in any way, shape, or form, and I don't understand.
I don't understand why people are so over the top about it. I don't understand that. This is a complete freak out over a scene that actually I prefer to the actual scene in the movie.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I need to take a break. Everyone, let me know what you thought about this video in the comments below. I'm probably gonna say something about this on Twitter. And if you like this video, go ahead and give...
Wow. Like, someone like this I truly don't know. And I hate to put judgment calls on her, because... here's the deal. She is almost certainly in her life dealt with someone like this guy. And she is now putting herself in a position where she's defending this type of guy. And I'm certain at least a part of her hates that. Either that or, I hate to say it, she might be an idiot. Because those are our two options. She's either a complete sellout or an idiot, which I find goes with, like, all these people I've been covering recently. It's one of those two. But yeah, she is literally just taking the conservative line on this. Brie Larson is awful. Conservative masculinity is A-okay by my book. And I know there's no way she'd be okay if a guy treated her like this. I know that. I know if a guy was overly aggressive to her like this. And maybe part of the reason that she wasn't as sensitive to this, maybe she thought that guy was cute. Maybe. But let's say you don't think the guy is cute. And you're clearly not interested. And he treats her like this. I bet you she would not be cool with that. And that's an issue. In that scene, she shows she has clear disinterest in the guy. The guy gets up in her face. He boxes her. I don't even think that is something guys do that I also find creepy. When they're interested in a woman, they'll kind of box them in a corner. And that's really fucking creepy. But that's kind of what he was doing there. He had her kind of pinned. Obviously he's not like holding her down or anything, but he's being a big person just in her face about shit. It's not cool. That type of shit's gotta stop. And honestly, I think that scene's okay. I think that scene's better than the scene in the movie. That guy's a fucking creep. I feel absolutely no sympathy for him. He got what was coming to him.
They think order and chaos are somehow opposites and try to control what won't be.
I used to fuck guys like you.